Hello there, T-Bolt, founder of Sorank. In this video, I'm going to introduce a feature you've been waiting for weeks, the technical audit of your site and your clients' sites. Thanks to this feature we've just launched, you'll be able to detect all the technical and content errors that are actually present on a site's pages. And then you'll be able to fix all these issues directly in Sorank, saving a huge amount of time by not having to switch between different tools. Thank you. This is a feature that you have requested from us a lot. First, I'm going to quickly go over the dashboard for those who are new and want to use Sorank. Here, you'll see the name of the site since you can manage multiple sites. If you're an agency, you'll be able to add numerous sites. Here, we're on Sorank. So I have my visitors, my citations in AIs, my ranking position in Sorank for my market, and my authority score out of 100. Here, we can see the domain's performance with visitors in blue and impressions in purple, and then citations in black. So citations in black. That means we're going to ask questions, so prompts to the AIs. Are you mentioned or not? In orange, you'll see the real visitors, the actual visitors. These are real people who asked AIs for information and were redirected by the AIs to your site. So the more our curves go up, the better it is. Then here, you'll see the details in orange, meaning the visitors who came to your site from the AIs. So here, we'll see all the pages that have been visited, thanks to the AIs that sent you visitors. Here, we'll see the top queries for which you are ranked on Google, where your visitors are coming from, and on which devices. And finally, when we ask questions to the AIs, which AI models mention and recommend you the most? Here, as you can see, the leaders are Claude and finally, when these models talk about you, where did they find you? What are the sources that influence your brand? Here, you'll see all the pages. For example, from my own site. So here, over 80% of the sources are linked to my own site. We'll also have other secondary sources, for example, videos I've made on my YouTube channel, but also platforms that have simply listed me, such as Clutch, G2, or La Creme d'Ai, which are platforms that compare and rate software. Great. So now, quickly, here, you'll be able to find all the analyses that have been done in the AIs. You'll be able to modify your prompts. At the top right, you can modify the questions that are asked to the AIs every day. By default, we generate them for you automatically, but if you want to make them more precise, you can do so. Here, they are in English, because I am a software and my main market is international. And so now we go directly to the leaderboard when we ask all these questions to different AI models. Which sites are most often cited as sources? Here, you'll actually see all your competitors, as well as their keywords, their number of visits per month, and their number of backlinks. And here, we can see that I am ranked 19th out of more than 2,438 competitors. So that means I'm doing my job well, even though this is a domain I purchased very recently. Here, articles, SEO, you'll then be able to generate articles. So either articles on keywords where you want to gain positions, or you can directly take the keywords that are present in your SEO LLMS page. So here, for example, let's see, this keyword is about the keyword query fan out. So how does this concept help with content creation? So here we can see that there are 174 queries. I should really make use of this content. We could also say, okay, here, I really want to improve on ChatGPT because it's the second model that recommends me the least. So here, I'm going to analyze ChatGPT and use these keywords to prioritize content creation. Of course, in the articles, you'll be able to add the tone of the article and the type of images you want to include, and images so that the generated article is, first of all, modeled after what Google is already highlighting. Here, we're going to scrape the top 10 sites, which are the best ranked for your keyword, in order to have a real brief based on what Google is already highlighting and on best practices. And then we'll create your blog article based on all the information from your site. And yes, since you signed up on our platform, we've already analyzed your site, who your target audience is, and what offers you have in place, and other extremely important information. So we'll generate everything for you. The title, the meta description, the slug, the image, plus the entire blog article with good internal linking. You'll also be able to tell us which links to include in the form when you generate a blog article. Once you have all that, you'll be able to export your articles by selecting them and clicking on export. Here is the feature. Backlink will allow you to order insertions on websites. So basically, you'll generate a blog article with the article feature, and you'll be able to place it on a site that really interests you thanks to SEO metrics. By default, we filter here by the language and the theme of your site. But if you want, you can remove these filters to add others and also set a price limit. If, for example, you have a maximum budget of 300 euros this month to find a link, you just click on apply, and here we still managed to find you more than 293 results for backlinks that are under 200 euros. So here, the prices are shown in dollars, but that's equivalent to 200 euros. Next, let's now get into the heart of the matter. The audit, the new feature we've just launched that you've been waiting for. Here, you'll be able to start a new audit. So either you can directly select the current client or other clients if you have several, and then you can simply click on View. So here, I can launch a new audit again. I just need to select myself here and click the button. There you go. So now I'm just going to add 5 that we'll be able to track as well. So this will allow us to add a new layer to our audit, to export the audit as an SEO audit, of course, but also as a geo audit. So now we'll click on Next, and we'll also be able to add the report language to generate our slides directly, because the audit will be exportable in the coming days via a PDF export. Quite simply, this is to make a business proposal to your prospects. Here, I'm going to enter all the important pages that I want to highlight in my audit. That is, the pages here might be product pages, collection pages, the home page. These are really the pages where I want to know what my rankings are, how many positions I hold, and what my main ranking is for the right keyword on that specific page. The competitors to track: if your client at your SEO agency has 5 main competitors in mind, which might not be the same as those in your leaderboard, you can list them here, and we'll compare your prospect's domain with these 5 competitor domains to show the gap between them and their competitors. Next, I'll be able to launch the audit, and the audit will then be launched. Here, I just closed it, so it's in draft mode. Now, let's take a look at the audit I started this morning and see how it's organized. So here, we're already going to have quite a bit of information. So the health score here, 31. We can see that I could do much better on this ranking. The number of pages analyzed, the time it took me. So for 4,000 pages, it took me just under 26 minutes. Of course, that's something we'll reduce as we progress with the software. The further we go, the faster it will be. The page score, with a lot of information on which pages have the most errors. The sitemap robot.txt. So, is the robot.txt file present? Is the sitemap present? Is the homepage accessible? Same goes for all the security certificates. Here, redirection protocol. Here, for example, I can see that I haven't set up a redirection. www consistent across both languages because I have several languages on my site. And finally, server configuration. Are there any security issues? Here, I'm using Cloudflare, so we can see that I could improve the exposed server signature, so I could hide it to enhance security. Now, what interests us is, what errors are there on our pages? Here, we'll have all the pages. So if you really want to go, target a page that is extremely important to you, maybe one of your collection or product pages. You can go here and literally fetch all the pages on your site so you can optimize them. For example, if I absolutely want to optimize my author page, I'll select it and check if there are any errors. Here we can see that there are 6 errors. I can click here and there, and we'll see all the errors on this page. My title tag is too short. Your description is too short. The content is too weak. I don't have enough content. The sentences are too long. And also the images don't have alt tags. So all of that, I'll be able to fix on this page. Same thing for my page that's translated just below. We can see that it's great because we've managed to bring together the pages that had translations, thanks just to the little slug here, /D. So now, if I want to not just fix a single page, but fix all the issues by category of problem, I'll be able to get started on that. If I want, as we saw, to lengthen all my meta descriptions, well, I'll go here, I'll go into tag, meta, and here I'll be able to optimize all my titles and meta descriptions for all the pages. So here, I'm going to have literally hundreds of pages because I went a bit fast when creating my site and I didn't fix everything. And this really gives us a vision and an action plan for the before and after that will need to be carried out to increase your rankings. So before you want to be ranked by AIs, before you want to get more visitors from Google, you'll need to fix all your issues, because fixing these technical problems is the biggest leap in progress you can make on your site and also on your clients' sites. Thanks to this, you'll be able to give your team a concrete action plan so they can scientifically improve their site. Thank you for watching this video. So, if you're not an agency, I invite you right now to go test this feature using the link below this video. And if you're an SEO agency, stay with me because I have another feature to show you, one we've teased a lot and that you've been eagerly waiting for, your CRM. No more using Notion, HubSpot, ClickUp, or Monday, or any other software that costs an arm and a leg. And above all, that isn't at all suited to your SEO agencies. And that's why so many people try to create their own little CRM in Excel, Google Sheets, or even Notion, which is exactly what I did for the past 2 years. Here, we've created a prospect pipeline because the people who contact you aren't clients yet, so you shouldn't mix them up with your clients. And below that, we'll see task management, and at the very bottom, client delivery. So, who are your clients, and is there any progress or not? So as soon as someone contacts you, for example, on LinkedIn or through your website, you'll be able to add a new prospect. And here, you can enter all their information, so not a client. Here, the communication channel. Are you communicating with them via WhatsApp, email, phone, Slack, their website, their email, and then their phone number. Is your monthly call scheduled? All SEO agencies have at least one monthly call with their client. So here, you'll be able to select yes or no. Next, what is the name of the company manager? But also, what is its hop service hub? I just closed the record. I'm reopening it here. Here, I will be able to add the service. Also, their status, the CMS they use, and whether they are on WordPress, Shopify, Webflow, Custom, or another platform. Billing is based on whether or not we have already collected money. Do we have access to their Google search console? Yes or no? In short, we'll be able to indicate everything, absolutely everything. Have we already launched the audit? Are we already in the process of releasing them? In short, you will be able to put everything here in terms of billing information on deliverables, also import all quotes, invoices, and other customer information to centralize everything in one place and never have to create folders and drive folders again. Once you have created your prospect file, you will probably have a first call scheduled with them and you will be able to move them here. Before this first call, you will probably want to generate an audit for them to present. Specifically, what are the errors on their site that need to be fixed? Here, you just need to click on it and then click on SEO Audit. You will be taken directly to the old SEO Audit and prompted to fill in any missing information on the client's file. So here, you will need to enter the brand name, the main keyword, the client's market language, for example, if they are on the French market. Once selected, you can click on Next to launch a new audit. Of course, the audit will first need to scan the site. That's why we'll have to wait a little while before creating prompts. As you can see, it usually takes about a minute. We analyze their site to create the prompts, tailor-made, so we can perform a technical audit of the site, but also conduct a GEO audit. GEO issues will not be listed in the audit. They will only be shown in the PDF slides that we'll release starting next week. As you can see, the CRM is really well thought out so that you can add prospects, convert them, and deliver in the simplest way possible. We have exactly the 5 prompts that were generated for this rank. I can edit them if I want, or I can just click on Next. Here, I will set the report language, connect Google Search Console, enter all the information as I already showed in the audit, and launch the audit. That's how you'll be able to automatically audit your prospects' websites. Once you've finished the audit, you'll be able to move it to appointment number 2. Often, agencies have 2 meetings with a client, one to present a quote, send the quote, and finally turn them into a client. As soon as you want to deliver to this client, which means you've already received the payment, we'll suggest moving them here. By moving them here, you'll need to take out a new subscription, since currently our pricing is based on the number of clients you deliver to. You have credits to use the features, to close new clients, to sign new clients. Once you've signed them, you can get a subscription at 99 euros per month per client to start, which will allow you to deliver the service you've sold them. Obviously, if you're selling services worth several tens of thousands of euros, you'll need an additional plan. The Pro and Business plans will be suited for quotes and requests that require more in terms of generated blog articles and competitor analysis. You'll be able to add the tasks that need to be completed. These tasks are included in your quote, so you'll be able to add the line items from your quote here. Currently, this has to be done manually. In a few weeks, it will already be pre-recorded in your interface. Below, you'll find your clients for whom you've taken out a subscription to track their progress, the number of articles completed, the backlink setup, and your client's status. As you can see, the CRM is really designed specifically for SEO agencies. Here, you'll have the content and backlinks that you can add to make sure you always deliver exactly what the client purchased. And because an SEO agency is never just the work of a single expert, you'll be able to add your team here by inviting collaborators, simply by clicking the Invite a Member button, by entering their email address and specifying their role. Currently, we only have collaborators, so they will have access to all the features of the software except for your account's billing, and you'll be able to send them an invitation. Thank you for watching this video. This is less than 1% of everything we want to implement in this tool to help SEO agencies and freelancers deliver to their clients faster and with better quality. If you want to see what we have in store for you next, book a call with me. And if you also have other questions, needs, or requests, you can click the link in the description to book a demo call. For 30 minutes, we can discuss this solution. I wish you an excellent day. See you right away on the other side to generate your first audit with Sorank.